Have you ever wanted to drive a real race car on a famous NASCAR track? The staff at Stock Car Racing Experience will suit you up, teach you what you need to know, and put you behind the wheel of a 160-mile-per-hour stock car on NASCAR's famous Pocono Raceway.
That was great. I enjoyed it.
Unbelievable.
It's that unique, one-of-a-kind experience you'll never forget.
It was definitely worth it.
It's the second time I did it, and I'm still shaking.
Call or register online at 877stockcar.com for a heart-pounding, once-in-a-lifetime experience. You won't forget it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight here. Get ready, sit back in excitement, get you some refreshments. Joe White up here in the OSR Network booth. I'm accompanied by John T. Wimmis. We're out here in the desert of Phoenix International Speedway here for the RacinFreeks, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience, folks. If you're up in the Pocono area, check them guys out. And I tell you what, here tonight, John, it's going to be one of these drivers type of driving track. Very loose style conditions out here tonight.
Yeah, it is, Joe. Track is going to be very slick. A track temp of 97 degrees here, so definitely going to see guys slipping and sliding all over the place. Tire wear is definitely going to be a factor here, so yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
Well, you're right there. I tell you what, like right now, as we're in the midst of practice a little bit here, start a little soon, but qualifying will be coming up here soon. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. What's going on? How you doing, Chris, Ryan? Got Tina, what's going on out there tonight? Just along with everyone else out there, and Brian Johnson. There you go. He's out there tonight. Got some good sponsors out here tonight, John. Man, what you think?
You got some good looking cars, man. I like it. Like different looking styles here. A little throwback Jimmy Spencer era Sirius satellite radio car. I like that. I like the throwback styles, man. You know, those are cool.
Yeah, you're right there, John. I tell you, and, you know, the drivers are actually sitting down here tonight talking about, oh man, this track is loose. It's loose. Well, we know Phoenix. I've done a lot of them, and actually Ryan out there can attest to this. Done quite a few races here at Phoenix International Speedway, and every time we get here with the Cup cars, always electricity and excitement that happens here, and shouldn't be no disappointment tonight either.
Oh, and it all comes from a racetrack. I mean, the track makes the racing great as long as the drivers know how to race the track, and that's the thing. It changes so much over a run. You know, you got to learn how hard to race your car in the start, and then as the race goes along, you know, you got to back those corners up. When you go in here, they start laying rubber down. The front end just goes straight up towards the wall. So we'll definitely see some people getting loose, pushing up a little bit. This track gives you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it does. You're right. And that's right now we got 27 guys out here tonight and some monster machines here for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League here. Their title sponsor, Stock Car Racing Experience. I say it all the time. If you're up in the Pocono area, Pennsylvania, check those guys out. If you really want to, see what it's like to get into a race car, there you go. And I've also said it. That's not happening on me unless they design a stock car that's a convertible, and then I'll be able to get in that thing.
I believe you might be more suited for a dirt track late model. You know, they take the tops off of those sometimes.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Heck yeah. They drop me in from the top. What do you think?
Absolutely. I've seen a couple races like that where they take the tops off of them. And that's pretty cool, man. You can see down in there. It's pretty awesome to watch. Slipping
like
and sliding just like
it?
they do here. Yeah, modifieds too, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's awesome, man. Well, I tell you, right now, Rob Pendleton, I mean, that guy's been fast all season long so far. And it's no surprise that he's putting it up there. Now, Zach Hall right there put some pretty good times. Now, if we look at these times again, though, John, look at this. Our top man all the way down to, you have to go to the 24th guy before we even get near, actually a little further than that, 25th. All top 25 within a second of each other.
Yeah, I mean, first to 20th, what separates them is about 6/10. So, pretty fast times, but from what I've seen and what we know here, Rob Pendleton's fast, but got Zach Hall right on him in practice there. It was only off of him by a couple thousandths, I believe. So as we go into qualifying here, we'll see how these guys can do. They had some practice time there, so maybe some guys didn't push the car as much as they were able, thought they could, or may have gotten wrapped up in some other things. So maybe somebody's got something for them.
Yeah, and the most notable things here is they do a open qualifying, and also we got to bring it up, the stage racing here. So let's look here. Let's see what we're trying to look at here tonight. We got a total. It's only 2 stages tonight here. Well, actually, excuse me, 3. My bad. We got 150 laps total. Our first one we're looking for, stage 1, is lap 50. 100 is the second, and 150 is the third. So they did in 50 lap intervals. And what they do here is there's no caution. They don't throw a caution in between those stages. But who's ever leading at that time at the stage is rewarded 1 playoff point. Basically, at the end of the season, they have like a playoff or a chase type deal, just like NASCAR. And if you're in it, you get those playoff points, and it helps you. That can be tremendous come to chase season.
Yeah, all the points matter, and I like that they do the new qualifying style and the stage racing. It keeps things interesting, just like we've seen in real life, depending on what track we're at. So, the race there today, the Xfinity race, was interesting because of the stage racing, and I believe tomorrow in the Cup race is going to be the same thing. So it matters to every one of these drivers, no matter where you're at. Somebody in front of you has a bad weekend, you can make up for it.
There you go. Absolutely. So, Ryan, I ain't forgot about you, and I say I'll do it like this. I tell you what, we got a heck of a race that's going to happen here tonight, and it's going to be awesome because these guys are going to do battle for 150 laps around a very treacherous, we call it, we're out here out west in the desert here, and these guys are about, high noon in the desert. That's what I like to say here because it's almost like a shootout. You never know what's going to happen, and it's definitely I don't know. It's a tricky track, but look who's up on top point right now. I'm showing Rob Pendleton right there.
Absolutely improved his practice time. His practice time was 27:170. Qualifying time was a 1:03. Second, Zach Hall was a 1:81. Went down to a 1:71.
Wow.
And Paul Pepper ran a 2:42. He's got a 2:20. So biggest improvement that I'm seeing right now would come from the 88 of Gary Sheldon. Ran a 28:250 in practice, 27:845 in qualifying.
Well, we just saw what happened right there in the qualifying. We saw about 3 cars get together and hit the wall, which is what can happen here. Just cars going to snap loose on these guys coming out of the turns. They don't know what's going to happen. But, hey, what's going on, Robbie? How you doing out there? Chris, Ryan, like I say, Tina, everyone out there, all the viewers, man, I appreciate each and every one of you. As I always say it here, we're at the Racing Freaks tonight here live. Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by John T. Wimbus. We're out here in the desert. I say high noon in the desert, because it's going to be like an old Western out here. These guys are going to try to do battle for 150 laps and get it done. I'm going to love seeing every minute of this race. And I think it's going to be it's a driver's race. That's basically what it boils down to.
It is, and the thing is, you got to be good in the long run. So you can be a short run guy all you want to be, but you're going to have to take care of your stuff here, especially with these cars, the power that they have. You're going to be slipping and sliding and steering like there's no tomorrow. You're going to be tired by the end of this one.
You're right, and you're probably right there too, Ryan. Pile up hype. These guys were talking about it in practice, talking about it for the pre-race and all that. About it's very slick out here, very treacherous track, and a lot of guys just kind of like don't really know what to expect. So I don't know. We know Robert. He loves clean style racing, and so do we. We don't want to take that away from these guys, but we got some special things here tonight. We're definitely going to do some in-car interviews. We're going to try that out this week and see how that works. Actually, we'll get a talk with the pole sitter here once we find out who that is at the end of qualifying. Kind of let me know, John, maybe when
It's over now. Rob Pendleton's going to be on pole.
Good deal. Well, there we go. Rob Pendleton, the man put it on for a darn quick time. Let's see if we can get a talk with him before we stage up here. Rob Pendleton's Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, dude.
Rob, I tell you what, tonight you are the pole winner here at Phoenix International Speedway for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Man, how did that car feel putting it around this track? Because you got a pretty fast time, and a lot of these cars out here slipping and sliding tonight.
Well, I've been working on it all week. We got that thing on a rail right now, so it's going to be hard to beat tonight. The car is a rocket.
All right, well, you think you got a car to bring it home here for 150 laps here tonight?
This is one of my worst tracks. I hope so.
All right, well, good deal. And like I like to say, gentlemen, have a good race. I'll see you at the end of it, 150. Keep the fenders on it. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, John, well, we got a little idea there from the pole center. So let's still run down here on the grid right fast. As tonight's pole sitter, Rob Pendleton, right there on pole. Zach Hall sitting in second. We got Paul Pepper. He's a rookie here, sitting in third. Mark Whitley there in fourth. Greg Holt in fifth. Neil Odger. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably didn't, but we'll work on that one. Sitting sixth. Jeff Gilmore in seventh. Eugene Wilkerson right there in eighth. Billy Tungate in ninth. And Tom Splain rounds the top 10. And I tell you what, John, as we go through this field, any one of these guys tonight can bring it home out here in the desert, Phoenix International Speedway. As we like to say, I like to say duel in the desert. So as we see these cars lined up, it's going to be an awesome sight and sound to hear them roar around this track.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love this track, man. The action it brings. There's so many different avenues you can approach here, so many different ways you can drive it. You can, start up on that outside line, and we'll see the outside line come in, especially as the tires wear off. We're going to see guys diving it down back here on the backstretch, down on the apron, diving it down into three. You're going to get loose and get up into somebody, so it'll be interesting as the race wears on here. But I got to tell you, the confidence of that 31 Rob Pendleton, I like to hear that, man. He's put in the time and effort in the practice here, and he's ready to go and get a win.
He is, and he's fast every week. Got a new sponsor on the side of that machine, Mr. Clean, and he's looking to clean up this track and field of competitors out here tonight at Phoenix for the Racing Freaks, 150 laps. And I'm going to tell you what, right here, it's going to look very, very good when if he does it. We say it every week. Now, he's been very fast this season, and we've seen that. The problem is he's ran into a little bit of trouble here and there.
That's going to happen, man. It's racing. You got to get out there and run as hard as you can, and you're going to catch a good break every once in a while, and then you're going to catch a bad one. So, the problem is when they're bad, they're really bad. So, it doesn't help you out with points. But looking forward to this one, buddy. It's going to be great. We're going to see some slipping and sliding and hard racing here all night.
Yes, we are. As that pace car takes that hard left turn off on pit road, they're going to send these massive monster machines a flying. Turn number one here. Green flag in the air tonight. 150 laps. We're going to do it. And man, I tell you, look at that. Look at the 23. Rob didn't get the jump that he wanted.
No, and the inside's really not where you want to be on a restart, Joe. We're going to see him go down to the apron there trying to make up some time, but going to be on the inside of that 77 of Mark Whitley there. So 32 is going to stay up front.
Yeah, he is. And right there, I tell you, you got to look on the inside. Rob Pendleton is stuck. And that outside lane, Zach Hall got a tremendous jump on him and was able to roll. But I'll tell you what, right here is a good run. The 77 of Mark Whitley looking very good. As alone, right there, Paul Pepper's looking good. And that machine, these guys, as surprising, our pole sitter just did not get the start that he wanted.
Yeah, and like I said, the inside's not the place to be. If you watch races at Phoenix before, you know that, especially with these new packages that they've got out here. The outside line is the best place to be there. So,
yeah, absolutely. And right now, as we see him kind of fanned out, and I think right now it looks like these guys are just taking it easy, trying to feel these cars out a little bit. As I'm kind of go through this field here, because they're nose to tail right now.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of fanning out a little bit, get the feel for the car, know where they're at, figure out who wants to push it and who doesn't. So, doing a great job right now, racing around each other and being patient.
Yeah, it is right there. We're riding along. Well, go back one click right there. The number 73 machine is on the outside of the Burger King machine there. As they're riding around here, looking very good as they get it done here. That's another thing we didn't talk too much about. The dog leg. The dog leg in this one, they can get very fanned out here. So they actually can go almost 3 wide down in that dog leg before they have to kind of like accordion back in.
You can go 3 wide. I don't recommend it, but you can. We got a caution out on the track, though.
All right, well, that's to be expected. We kind of figured it was. What'd you see out there?
I am looking.
I was kind of in the middle of the pack there and didn't see anything, so that had to happen way further back. Oh, looks like the 95 was involved. He's got a crunch nose. So let's go back on him. Yep, look at that. 95, Taco Machine John Lombard. He just came out of the turn like we've seen all practice long and lost it.
And that can happen early on. Like I said, the track is way slick, and you've got to have that wheel straight just about to get on the gas on these things. You really got to drive it like there's an egg under that throttle.
Yeah, well, let's see if we can't get a talk with the race leader here, Zach Hall, see how he feels on that car.
What?
Zach Hall's Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, I do, Joe.
Zach, I tell you what, you jumped out to an early lead there. Got the lead very early, been out front. How does that car feel? How's the track feeling as a runner first caution for tonight?
It feels pretty good. Just trying to manage my stuff and be there at the end. Really, just I didn't expect to get that lead right there, but you know, stuff happens. So, but the car feels good. So.
All right. Well, you think you got a machine that can bring it home tonight here for 150 laps?
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
All right. Well, good luck there, and I tell you, that's a good one, gentlemen. Good start there. Like I say, see you again at 150 mark. Keep up the good work. Exciting up here. The viewers are loving it. It's awesome so far. All right, well, we got a little bit. He feels a little confident in that car. So, I mean, there you go.
Yeah, and confidence is a great thing to have, and you got to have it here at this track to get back in the throttle and take off like he did. You just got to trust yourself and trust your ability, because this track will definitely put it to the test. And if you doubt yourself at all, man, that creeps up in your head there, and you start driving slower, and these guys just fly right past you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, viewers out there, if you got a driver that you want me to kind of showcase a little bit, or if you want me to try to get an interview with tonight, I've got access to get to the in-car of a lot of these guys. Now, we got a couple drivers out there that says they just do not want to. I don't have speed cam on this track. I'm sorry. I need to go ahead and get one. Phoenix is one of my tracks that I don't have a lot of camera packs for. I have it for the old track, but don't have it for the new one. So I got to work on that. I apologize. But like I was saying, tonight we have access to be able to do in-car interviews for a lot of these guys. I do have some drivers who just have chosen not to. So, but if you have a favorite driver out there, folks, hey, let us know, man. We'll try to get them and get a talk with them. Because I definitely want to get a talk with maybe some of these guys in the back. And you know what? That's something I just noticed. Zach Hall is back in 24th spot. Did he get a speeding penalty?
He may have. I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Yeah, because he was up front, or at least towards the front.
Yeah, there's one driver got black flagged, and John LeBombard is given an EOL.
Huh. Well, I got to say, he probably got to be speeding. As lights back off on the pace car here again, folks. And I tell you, right here, this is going to look, we're looking good. Phoenix International Speedway tonight. RacinFreeks here. Sponsored by the Stock Car Racing Experience in Pocono, Pennsylvania. And those guys will probably do a wonderful job up there giving you experience. So, pace car's in, takes that hard left turn. Going to send these machines out again here. Mark Whitley this time up front. And we got Neil Odegar. I hope that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, at 77, got a good jump being up there. Got the 31 behind him in the 99.
Yeah, he did. That 77 jumped out there very good right there, as we see. And that's what it looks like. Whoever gets out front is able to do it. But behind them, they are battling up a cool breeze. The 99 of right there, Neil, along with Paul Pepper right there. Now they get formed up. We got a battle for the lead, though.
Yes, we do. That 31 drives it down on the inside there, but gonna have a hard time making that thing stick. He's gonna have to get a good drive off here. He's gonna dive down to that apron on this back stretch.
Yeah, you're right there, John. And look, they are still door to door wheeling around here. We got a car spinning behind them. 2 cars spinning behind them. Let's see if a caution comes out. As we still got a door-to-door battle for the lead up here, and it looks like Rob's going to clear him, and we're under caution. So, yeah, I saw those 2 cars in the back there go spinning. And I believe one of them was a 75, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll go back and check. Let's go back here and watch. I know, excuse me, I saw one of the cars go. I'm going to say it was the front stretch or back stretch. Nope. Actually, it was the 11. 11 machine. There we go. Look like the 11. They're 11 out there? Yep. Yep. Let's go back on him. So what do you think so far here, John? What do you think these guys need to do to calm these cars down? Because it looks like coming out of those turns, that thing's wanting to step out evil with them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to, and you're going to have to back off the throttle a little bit. You know, your first couple laps, you can drive it hard, and then after that, it's just going to go away on you. So we'll see, guys, if we can get some long green flag runs in here, start to back up the turns a little bit. We'll see the lap times fall off some. You have to drive the track. You know, don't let the guy in front of you play mind games. Don't worry about catching him. Just drive the track and run your race and focus on what you need to do, and you'll catch those guys.
All right, well, good deal. Tina says her favorite is the number 82, so let's see if we can find the 82. That would be Bob Skinner. Now, he reminds me of an older singer.
Does he?
What singer is that? What am I talking about? Which one am I thinking of?
You're thinking of, you got like a mixture of Bob Seger and Leonard
That's
Skinner.
That's it, yep, there you go, Bob Seger, yep. That's who, when I say his name, that's who it reminds me of. But let's see if we can get a talk with him here for Tina out there, because Tina definitely says she loves the paint job, so let's see if we can get a talk with him.
Yeah, neither did I. I was like,
all right, well, they're talking right now, so hang on just a second.
Look at Ryan's comment. He's so sweet.
Bob
Thanks,
Skinner,
Ryan.
this is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
He said his 2 favorite drivers are in the booth.
Bob, you got a fan club out here. Tina Seeley. She says she loves that paint job you got going on. How's the car feeling tonight here at Phoenix International Speedway?
Yeah, I got you, Joe. Yeah, I'm just trying to stay in the back and survive this thing. There's a lot going on. These cars are slick and fast, so we're just gonna take it easy. Be careful with it.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, like I say, Tina out here is rooting for you. She said, hey, I like that 82. It's got a nice-looking paint job. And we see you back there currently right now running 19th. Not look too bad, but we notice that track, man, is slick, and those cars are evil loose right now. Well, John, that's kind of the census we've had as we get set to go back to green flag racing here.
Yeah, we are, and it looks like what they do is they let the leader choose where he wants to go. So Rob Pendleton was up on the outside, got that 4 underneath him of Nick Crawford, and the 13 is Cedric Hunter behind him. The 4 is going to fall in line.
2 favorite drivers are in the booth. I hear you. Well, right now, these guys fan out again, and look at Cedric Hunter. Boy, we've seen him come up here every time we turn around. And Rob Pendleton has been able to put that thing back up front there, and then Mr. Clean Machine, and he's got NASA behind him, and he's got Cedric Hunter. We got a car spinning again. I'm going to tell you, that's going to be an all-night occurrence, and that's the 80 machine of Eugene Wilkinson. No caution. He got it running. But, folks, I'm going to replay it here just real quick, John, because that's what we've seen. Coming off of those turns, and actually this was coming out of turn number 4. Actually, excuse me, coming out of turn number 2. He was coming throughout the dog leg here, and that thing just viciously just jumped sideways on him.
Yeah, and that can definitely happen coming off 2 there. It gets real tight coming off, and so if you oversteer the car, it's all about wheel input and throttle management there, so you can definitely step on the gas there and spin yourself out.
Yeah, you can. Right now, Rob Pilson, the man's up front, and he's got Nick Crawford right there behind him. Cedric Hunter's trying to follow in the footsteps, and you got Brian Johnson right there in the 4th place machine. He, as always, he's got his Mountain Dew machine running around out here. Look at Larry Reed. I tell you, Larry's another man that's up there a lot. Tyler Conroy, he's always up there. Oh, Cedric got loose a little bit. I'm going to tell you, these guys, wow. If after this race, if their nerves aren't shot, I don't know what will.
Yeah, definitely loose here. I'm trying to figure out we got a caution on the track.
Yeah, we do. I didn't see anything.
I believe it's the 99.
Oh yeah, he's tore up bad. Let's go back. Old front end of that car. He looks like a modified out here running around. Oh yeah, we caught him in mid-spin. Looks like again, it's coming off of that turn. That thing just stepped sideways. So we're watching the 99 here, John, and he's just coming into the turn. And it looks like he's coming off of turn number, looks like he's in turn 4 right now.
Yeah, going back and looking at it, he was on the apron trying to make a run here. And got loose. Came off of 2 just fine. And tried to make a run on the 11 car. Was down on the apron trying to get back up on the racetrack and just spun around.
You know what? I'll tell you what, right there, that just... I mean, John, you would think that car would step out sideways coming out of the turn. That thing stepped sideways like 3/4 in the turn.
Well, the problem is the transition, and that's the thing that you've got to have down is you go down that apron, it's not really forgiving. You've got to have your wheel straight and come back straight up onto the track. You can't have your wheel turned hardly at all here. Because that transition is so bad from the apron to the track, you can spin yourself around in these cars because of the power that they have. You could run here, in a truck or a K&N car and do that no problem. But with the power you're putting down in these cars, you can't do that.
Dang. Well, I'll tell you what, let's see if we can get a real quick word in with the number 28 machine right here.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson, this is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Joe.
Well, Brian, I tell you, you're looking really good in that Mountain Dew soda machine out there tonight. As you get the red set to go back here, green flag here shortly. Got a real quick thing. You got a little fan club out here. Chris Harvey, he loves the Mountain Dew machine. How does that car feel? Because me and John, what we're seeing up here is, boy, it is bad, wicked loose out there right now.
Yeah, it's crazy loose. There's no grip. Really, you just gotta take it real easy, save some tires a little bit, and yeah, maybe get a little lucky and we'll finish all right. But yeah, this track is real slippery right now, and I don't think that's going to change one bit.
All right, well, I tell you what, try to keep the fenders on it. Try to keep the lug nuts in place, guys. Looking good out there. Exciting racing so far. Like I say, I'll catch you at the 150 mark. Good luck, gentlemen. All right, well, John, there you go. We got an idea of what one of the top runners is talking about, what we've been saying the whole entire race. Very, very slick. And, hey, what's going on, Speed Racer Gaming? How you doing tonight?
And there's no grip at this track. I mean, it wears pretty bad. They're in Phoenix. It's a desert, and it's a lot of heat. So it takes a lot of abuse over time. So these guys, unfortunately, get to bear the brunt of that and feel that in the race here.
Well, absolutely. Definitely want to appreciate all the viewers out here tonight. Racing Freaks here, live here tonight. OSR Network on YouTube. So we get set to go back to Green Flag Racing here. I've had quite a few cautions. Well, not quite a few, probably about 4 or 5 already. And most of them are just single car. Guys just losing it coming out of the turns.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not going to be the last time we're going to see that.
Absolutely. Pace cars in, and I tell you, we're going to send these machines a-flying. You got Cedric Hunter on point. He took the outside lane. Might be smart. He gets a good jump there on Brian Johnson as he gets off good. As Paul and Zach Hall's right there, but they are door to door. You got Ford versus Chevy up front. Looking very good in the battle, John.
And Brian Johnson did a great job on that restart here, staying with him down low on that apron. We'll see him come back up. 32 is going to go to his outside, but he's going to have to slow it down to keep it down on the inside and stay off of it.
Yeah, he is. Definitely going to have to. Oh, we got a huge crash in the back.
Yep, definitely caution coming out here as more cars are getting piled into that.
Well, let's see if we can't get back here to it.
Take a look at that replay. I didn't see what happened, but I'm going to guess somebody went to the apron and did not get woed up fast enough.
Yeah, it looked like two cars just got together. I mean, back here, these guys were 3 wide, 2 wide in the back here. And just watching this, watching the 82 machine right fast, seeing what we could come about and what happened as they head off into the dog leg. I just saw a car slam the wall very hard. Oh, yeah, it happened in front of him, and then he lost it. It came back up, and then, like you said, just was, I don't know, it happened in front of him. And there was a lot of cars involved, about 4, 5, 6 cars involved in that one. I tell you, this has turned out to be a treacherous track. And it really, you know what, John? There's really nothing they can do about it, besides do what they're doing right here. Every caution, come in and get 4 tires and fuel, and get back out there on some new ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just goes to show you, I mean, the realism of what they're doing right now and how hard it is. I mean, with this being a simulation, everything is laser graphed and it's as real as it gets. And we see the guys on Saturday and Sunday have such a handful and have such a problem with it. And those guys are pros and they get tons of practice. So you can see the headache that those guys deal with on Sunday. And I love this track, but man, is it difficult.
Yes, it is. And I tell you what's going on, Big J Speed Racer? What's going on, Mike Bruno? How you doing out there? Ryan, how are you? I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break right here. Let's run the caution for the sponsor here, Stock Car Racing Experience. We'll be right back, folks.
Have you ever wanted to drive a real race car on a famous NASCAR track? The staff at Stock Car Racing Experience will suit you up, teach you what you need to know, and put you behind the wheel of a 160-mile-per-hour stock car on NASCAR's famous Pocono Raceway.
That was great. I enjoyed it. Unbelievable.
It's that unique, one-of-a-kind experience you'll never forget.
It was definitely worth it. The second time I did it, and I'm still shaking.
Call or register online at 877stockcar.com for a heart-pounding, once-in-a-lifetime experience. You won't forget it.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we're back live under caution. Again, let's do a quick little summary here tonight. Lap 25 of 150 with 7 lead changes, 4 cautions. Seems like there's been a lot more than that, but really hasn't. But a lot of them have been single car. Had a couple of them was a little big one. This track is just hugely loose right now. Now, I want to go ahead and give you a heads up. They do stage racing here. They don't throw a caution during the stage part. But what happens is at lap 50, whoever's leading at lap 50, that's the number we're looking for, lap 50, will get a bonus point for the playoff, which is basically their chase at the end of the season. So we got lap 50, lap 100, and lap 150, which is, hey, that's the main one. They're running 60% fuel, John, and definitely got a fixed setup, one fast fix. And it looked like a fuel window, 44 to 46. But I'm gonna tell you, if we hit that tonight, we better cross our fingers.
Yeah, they'll get it straightened out here. Just feeling things out and figuring out who to race around and how hard to push it.
Absolutely. As that pace car is about to ready to take a hard left turn on the pit road, seeing these monster machines are flying again under here under green flag conditions. We're looking for lap 50 here for the first segment. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. Joe White up here. And, man, I tell you what, Zach and them looks like they spun the tires just a little bit. I know Paul looked like he did in that 28 machine. Excuse me, 29. Looked like a 28 from up here. But, man, look at that number 2 go.
Yeah, Tyler Conroy is starting to work his way back up over here. Really strong move on the outside right there.
Yeah, it is. Now, let me ask you a question, and I know we're up in the booth. We're not in the car. Is that very smart this early on, knowing how slick it is to make moves like that?
I have to say the way we've been seeing cautions come out, as we're probably getting ready to see another one.
I think that was a 77. It just hit the wall very, very hard. And, man, we got
coming off there.
Oh, man, we got a huge pile up on the front stretch.
Yeah, it was just getting me to the point I was going to make about what you asked about that 2-car. With the way we've been seeing cautions and wrecks in the back, I think the safest place to be right now is up front.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now here, look at the 77. He dives on the inside, try to go. He hit the apron's what it looked like. Yep, hit the apron. Oh, hard into the wall. Oh, knocked him up into the 3. And man, look at the 85. Is that the 85 or 58? One. That's 85. Just took a ride. And good awareness by the guys behind him. They all got slowed up before what happened. That's another thing what happened right there, John, is that track closed very, very quickly.
Absolutely. And this track, that's going to happen. You know, you have no banking here. Very low banking. So if you do wreck, you're going to stay on track. So the guys got to have their head on their shoulders and watch out and try to get around this stuff. But it's very difficult to do with no banking here.
Absolutely. Let's see if we can't get a talk with Tyler Conroy right here.
He's coming into, nope, saying that.
Tyler Conroy, this is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Tyler, I tell you what, you got the number 2 machine, you got No Fear on the side, the hood of that thing, and you made a move a minute ago to get to the front there, and it looked like you had no fear doing it, even though knowing that it's a very slick, very tricky, treacherous track here tonight. How's your car feel? You think you got a machine to bring it home at lap 150?
My car feels really good so far, so I think we can have a chance to win this if we can keep our track position.
Well, absolutely, and I tell you what, looking very nice out there, and very, very good. So right now, he's sitting in second. My hat's off to you. Hats off to all you drivers out there and the conditions that you're dealt with on this track out here in the Duel in the Desert, Phoenix International Speedway for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League. Joe White and John T. Wimmis up here in the booth. Gentlemen, we'll see you at lap 150. Good luck. All right, well, there, Tyler's feeling pretty confident in that No Fear machine.
And he should, the way he pulled off that move right there. It's a good thing, on restarts. And we say it a lot. The restarts are very important, especially at a track like this. You got to make up all the ground you can in about 2 laps, and then get everything sorted out from there.
Yeah, Ryan, you're the one wanting to make a bet, man. You know I say that word probably freaking 100 times, man, in a race. Ryan said he's going to be dead by lap 50.
He probably will. I saw that. That's pretty funny.
Well, right now, Zach Hall's your man out front. He's got Tyler right there. And if he gets a good jump, now the leader's taking the outside every time we went back on green flag. I think that's very smart, like you mentioned early on, to take that outside because, well, going into that turn, it seems like that inside the car wants to either snap loose or wash up the track and then snap loose on them.
Well, the problem is being on the inside. You're getting pinched off down there. You have no exit. You want to let that car, when you're coming off the corner there, to drift up towards a wall, and you can't do that. And then because the track's so slick, you have to stay out of the gas, or you're definitely going to spin. So the inside is just not where you want to be going into 1 and 2 and coming off of 2 there.
Absolutely. I tell you what, hey, I want to definitely appreciate all the viewers out there. What's going on, John Nedlinger? I think I said that right. I think we had this conversation a couple weeks ago. I'll get it. I'm finally remembering how to say Brian instead of the other one. So, and he's still got, hey, look, he's sitting in 3rd spot right now, so don't count him out. We got Nick sitting in the 4th spot there. And Zach, Cedric Hunter sitting in the 5th, and Rob Pendleton right there in 6th. We got an all-star cast up here as we get to set to go back green flag racing, John, tonight here at Phoenix. And it has been nothing but electric. We thought it would be at the start of this race. So here we go. Green flag's about ready to fly. So we're going to see if Zach Hall can hold off that hard charge of the number 2 No Fear machine and see what he can do. Well, it looks like car back there didn't get started. Stacked the field up in the back. But they're still door-to-door up front.
Yeah, they are, and too, with Conroy doing a great job on that inside there. Kind of making me look foolish there. Did great on the inside. Diving it down, though, he's going to have to make this thing stick in 3 and 4.
Yeah, he has that preferred line on the outside right there. Zach has still got it, but I'm going to tell you, Tyler was able to power move that thing to the front. He's got no fear on the car, definitely showed no fear right there. You got the Mountain Dew machine on the move here, Space Shuttle Man beside of him, and the number 4 there, that's Nick Crawford. He's on the inside. Now, looks like that inside might be a place to start going. But it's playing us for a fool. We start thinking we have this place figured out, and guess what? It changes. We're under caution again. Ooh, I'm going to say that the 88 was involved in that one. He's all tore up, so let's go back on him. Let me know if I'm wrong, though.
So,
I'm looking at the 88 right now. He was all tore up, but I could be wrong that it wasn't him.
let's check the 33.
33?
I hear the 33 and 99 talk. I've been trying to find it myself, but I'm just listening to Race Chatter here.
Well, now the 33 is right behind him. I don't know. Trying to find that one. Let's go back here again. We'll see what happens. Looks like the 33 got a little slow for some reason. I don't know why.
The 20 is on pit road.
That's Brandon Mullen.
Brandon Mullen, he was out there, so it must have been him. He was out there on that restart.
Yep, he's the one sitting up on the field right there. You're right. I don't know how in the world I missed him. Looks like, I know why they were talking about the 33. 33 slammed the wall in front of him, but then he went by. Brandon Mullen was back there running. He just got contacted. Him and the 31 got together a little bit. Hard hit, though. Oh, what's going on, IU? Well, who you want to review next?
I'll give that 13 to Cedric Hunter a little love there. Huh? I think we've talked to him in a couple of races.
Let's see what we got here. Let's make sure the light's not going off the pace car. Yep, we're good. Okay. Cedric Hunter, this is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, Joe.
Well, Cedric, I tell you what, looking really good right now. You're going to be starting second on this restart here. You got that discount Ford looking very good, and a number 13. How's it feel out there so far?
Looking dangerous, to say the least. I appreciate the comments on the paint scheme. It does look good. I agree. It's looking all right up here. We kind of had our way through the field up and down, and just kind of looking to survive, to be honest.
Well, absolutely, and I tell you what, right there, you definitely got the right sponsor, and I hope they just unloaded a whole tire full of tires, because that's becoming the most important part here about this track. So, gentlemen, good luck. Keep the fenders on them the best you can here, and I'll see you at lap 150.
Thanks, guys.
All right, well, I'll tell you right there, he's feeling a little confident out there. A little scared, nervous also, which, you know, I guess probably right to be. I mean, it's been treacherous so far.
It has, but just be patient and stay up front like he does. He'll be just fine as long as the guys up front are patient. I'm sure that'll run out there, towards the end of this race. But so far, the guys up front are doing a good job being around each other, and a little give and take here.
No doubt. His lights off on the pace car. What's going on, John, out there? We've got two Johns out there. IU's out there. How y'all doing tonight? Well, I tell you, hey, I appreciate it. Well, this is my overlay that I used primarily for all the other leagues, and I used the other one for Extreme. Kind of mix it up just a little bit, have a little variety here and there. So, about to get set to go back green flag, John. I don't know what to expect anymore out of this race. It's been a handful with these cars. They have just been evil machines so far. And right now, Brian Johnson, the man out front, he's got Cedric on the inside, so we're going to see what these two machines here can do as they're about to set. Green flag is in the air here for lap 40 of 150.
28 gets a good start, but the 13 stays right with him on the inside. He's carrying the 29 of Paul Pepper behind him, running third. The 13's powering up on the inside, Joe.
Yeah, he is. That 13 looked very good right there. Wow. Brian went really high, and he's been going high, very high this whole entire track. I don't know, man, if that's just something that he don't want to get down low, but right now it looks like Cedric's going to be able to power. Oh, like I said, wow. You saw that right there, John? That car about stepped sideways on him.
And that'll happen here in a heartbeat. You've got to work real hard to gather that thing back up. But going back to what you're talking about, going up outside there, I think really he's just overdriving the corner there and it's pushing up on him. He's really got to back that thing up.
I don't know if it's going to bring a caution out or not, but they're doing some battling behind them right there for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spot. And we got a battle, in the 80s around on the front stretch. Caution is out. Man, he lost it, and no fault of the driver behind him. They got into the back of him. I mean, he lost it, started to lose it coming out of the turn. It's been the theme all night long. Losing it coming out of the turns. It's just, they're wicked loose.
Yeah, very loose here, and somebody loses it in front of you like that. These speeds, you got nothing you can do, and nowhere to go. And like we said earlier, no bank, and the car is just going to stay right there and spin in front of you.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if we can't get a talk with Eugene and see what he felt in that car when it came around like it did. Eugene Wilkinson, is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Joe, I got a copy, buddy.
Eugene, just saw that spin right there. Get your take on what happened. I mean, from what we saw up here, it just looks like been a story of all night long, coming out of the turn, being loose. But what'd you feel out there on the car?
Yeah, but pretty tough out here. Real loose out here right now.
Well, absolutely. I tell you what, looking very good in that Northern Lights number 80 machine. Unfortunate right there, got caught up. But hey, get that thing back out there, and you think you got maybe a car to get back up front with?
Yeah, if we can get up there, battle for a top 5 or a top 10. We got a quick car all night. It's been pretty good. Just got loose there.
All right, Eugene. Well, good luck. And I tell you what, gentlemen, closing in on this first segment here at lap 50, who's going to be the leader at it and get that one bonus point here tonight, Phoenix International Speedway. So try to keep these fenders on these things the best you can out here. I'll see you at lap 150. Good luck, gentlemen. All right, man, I tell you, well, he still feels confident after that. Looks like, though, he didn't have his fast fix, or he's already used it once.
I may have. I think that he was caught up in something earlier. I don't know how bad the damage was. We've had a number of cautions here in the first 44 laps. Definitely not what these guys wanted to see here, but no, everybody knows when you come to this track, it's definitely tough, and being in this car just makes it 10 times harder.
Oh, you know something, John? We talked to them before the race, and a lot of them kind of expected it. They didn't want to say that, but, you know, they were expecting it. So, we're here at lap 45 of 150, looking for the first segment here, which is lap 50, the first segment. And 4 in 1 what do you mean 4 in 1 interview?
If he's doing the bet that you are talking about, he probably doesn't know what he means.
That's probably so. He's probably out of it. Ryan, go to sleep. Anyways, it's been an exciting race, though, nonetheless. These guys have really raced hard and put these cars in positions that, even with the conditions of the track and the car and how it's handling, we've seen some great racing so far.
We really have. Like we said in the caution before, the guys up front have done a fantastic job. You know, the top 10 guys. You know, give and take there. We've seen some really aggressive driving from some of these guys trying to make up some spots, and I feel like we're going to see it again as Conroy is going to be in catbird seat here behind the 13 on the outside line.
Yes, he is right there. He definitely is. As old Cedric's going to pick that top lane there, as we see, and is going to look to move on as now the lights off on the pace car again here. Going to have lap number 47 here And you're right, John, out there in the John Marine. You're right. It's tough out in the desert. These guys have got no grip out here. Yeah, Tina, absolutely. It's been the story all race long. Wicked loose cars, no grip, spinning out of control. I mean, you might as well say they didn't turn this place into a dirt track, and they're premiering it tonight for us because these guys are definitely drifting. Pace cars off John's. We're about to hit the green flag here. We're going to see if Cedric Hunter here can take that machine and hold off Paul on the inside, or can Tyler get a jump? It almost looks like they're spinning tires as they're taking off.
And you definitely will, depending on where your RPMs are at. You know, you really want to keep those things up to where you're almost grabbing third gear right when you take off.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like there. As you saw Cedric look like he spun the tires just a little bit. Now we're back here with Brian Johnson, who is right behind him. But boy, I tell you, look at Tyler. Tyler definitely has no fear. And he is trying, he's almost got that nose in between them going, look, fellas, I'm back here. I'd like to get around y'all too if I possibly can, because now he's got his hands full with a man on the inside of Zach Hall.
Yeah, Tyler's really putting it on him right here, man. He's just driving that thing in there hard. I've got the 32 inside there, but he's going to get around him. And Tyler's going to set sail here on these boys and see what he can do with them.
There he is. If they let him get out front, I got a feeling it's going to be gone if we get a long green flag because, hey, nobody told him that this is a treacherous track and these cars are loose. He said, hey, I'm digging it tonight. Like I said, I brought the right sponsor for this track tonight. No fear, because you definitely got to have nerves of steel and no fear. And he has almost lost it right there, though.
Yeah, going back talking about that the transition from that apron to the racetrack, you really got to be careful with that.
Yeah, it is. We got a tremendous... Oh, and there he almost lost it again. Boy, these guys, whoo, they're out here drifting better than Vaughn Griffin Jr. is, and we're under caution again here.
And like I said earlier, I mean, you know, you feel great for a couple laps, and then you throw that thing in there expecting it to do what it did the lap before, and it's not going to. So mentally, you've got to understand that you have to drive the car the way it needs to be driven, not overdriving it. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
you have to mentally prepare yourself and think about it as you go. Like, okay, now I need to back it down, and that's the part that I wonder some of these guys, you know, in the heat of the moment in this racing, they're forgetting, you know, the tires are not going to be there now. And I understand you're only 3 laps into a run, but we're talking about a track that's hot and you're sliding all over the place. You're wearing your tires out.
And that's another thing we haven't really mentioned about here tonight is the track conditions. Very, very hot. I mean, they're in the 90s track style, so that's very hot. Plus out here in the desert. Plus this track is not quite flat, but it's close. Not a lot of banking here, so you got this powerful of a machine, and it's a really, really, really tough one. So lap 50, actually, I think Paul actually led that lap 50, didn't he? I have to go back and look. I missed it going back on the replay of the wreck. I don't think there's a pit stall limit IU. I really don't. Robbie, just under caution here tonight. Do a little quick summary while John's looking that up for us. Lap 50 of 150. 12 lead changes, 8 cautions so far. I'm going to go ahead and say this. That's Ryan might be able to correct me if he's still alive out there. Okay, Paul did. That's what I thought he did. That's what I thought he did. Ryan might be able to do this. If I'm not mistaken, this track in another league, we I think our record for cautions was 20 or 18 to 20. I think it was in that area. You ain't playing the game along with Ryan, are you there, John?
No, definitely not. I was going back a couple laps, looking at a few things.
Oh, that's fine. I was wondering. Oh, well, I lost John.
No, absolutely not.
Well, I tell you, it's just been the theme all night long. Slick track, hot track, wicked fast cars, but wicked loose. And then sliding, drifting all over the place. That's been the theme here at Phoenix International Speedway here for the Racing Freaks, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. And like I say, it's up in Pocono, Pennsylvania. If you're up that way, check those guys out. And this race here, we got 3 segments. The first segment, Paul out there was able to hold on to it, lead that one. And we'll see who gets segment number 2 at lap 100. Lights off on pace car, John. Look who's out front, though. Tyler Conroy.
Yep, and they've given him that spot. We'll see what he can do with it, but he's going to be restarting on the inside. But he showed us before that he didn't mind throwing that thing in there. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this track is tough, and going to be sliding around again here in a couple laps.
Yeah, it is, and that is a... I just noticed that he did take the inside lane. Let's ride along with Nick Crawford, who's going to be right behind him, and see what he sees out the front windshield of his machine as they take off here. Pace car does a hard left turn up on pit road, and they're going to send these machines a-going. And I tell you what, tonight is definitely a heck of a race. Look at that. Man, Tyler spun the tires in front of him there, and the 32, but you're right. He dives it on the inside of 1.
Yeah, he spun him big time there, but so did the 32. Not as bad as Conroy did, but definitely spins up there. The 32's fighting back on the outside, throwing it down here and bringing the 4 with him.
Well, absolutely. And Ryan, that's what I thought. 18 plus here at Phoenix is what we were in Extreme, and that's what I was thinking. That's our record, about 18 plus. Well, look at that 32. Zach Hall on the outside, and the 2, they touch.
Yeah, definitely going to touch there. We talked about it earlier. If you're down on the inside, it pinches you down and you get real loose. We moved up the track a little bit, but good job by those guys collecting it.
Yeah, it is, and nobody told these guys that they got wicked loose cars out there because they're diving these things in a turn side by side, beating each other's door handles if they had them off of it. No doubt here. We got a car almost spinning. He held on to it behind him. Look at that, the 2 now. He had to rest in the inside there and tuck in the line behind the 32 of Zach Hall. And now number 4 there behind him, but behind him you got Brian Johnson. And who's that on the outside? Is that Neil on the outside of him?
It is the 99 of Neil Odegaard.
Yeah, it is. And right there you see
back out again, Joe.
Caution back out. All right, what'd you see out there? I'm going to scroll back here and see if I can see it. Wait.
Check the 17.
Yeah, he looks like he blew up. Or hit something very hard. All right, watching this number 17. He's back there with Eugene, and looks like they just got together and loose off again. Unfortunately, Eugene's not having the night he wants, man. I think that's it for him because he's just smoking bad now after he hit that wall. And Tom right there. Hit the wall now. I can't believe the 32 did not come into the pits. Ooh. Why would you not want to come in for tires?
Track position. I mean, but if everybody else behind him is going, and that kind of leaves you sitting there. So he definitely drove that thing hard enough that he should have pitted. But
that's what I'm thinking. Well, I tell you, let's see if we can't get a talk with old Nick Crawford right there. He's behind him in that NASA machine. Nick Crawford, this is Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Nick, I tell you what, right now you're going to be starting on the outside there or inside, whichever one, in second place on this restart here. Looking very good in the number 4 NASA machine. You got that space shuttle flying around this track. Now, how does that thing feel for you? Because, again, theme of the whole entire night's been very loose, very slick track.
Oh, yeah, it's loose tonight. Honestly, if you just roll into the gas, roll out, get into the corners, you can control it. But, yeah, it's pretty loose.
All right, well, I tell you what, do you think you got anything for the man up front there, Zach Hall, and all the other competitors here tonight to bring it home in victory lane?
You know, I think so, but anything can happen.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, good luck. Like I say, man, keep the fenders and the lug nuts on them things out here as we're out here in the desert. Phoenix International Speedway, RacinFreeks Sim Racing here, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Gentlemen, good luck. Well, I tell you what, John, right there, he feels kind of confident, and it's actually been a theme all night long with these drivers. They feel kind of confident, but you can hear it in their voice. Little bit of uncertainty there.
It is, and it's from what you're experiencing in the car, you see it around you. You know, all these drivers know this is way too many cautions to be having, but understandable. You know, it's a very tough track, and it's this tough in real life. That's the thing that people don't get. Those guys make it look so easy on Sunday, but man, it's a difficult track to get a hold of. And if you can drive this track and be a Kevin Harvick here, then you're really doing something special.
No doubt. And right now, you know, don't want to take away from anything out here, but this guy is, I don't know, they definitely, they've run, and I'm trying to read what, shoot. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I ain't gonna say what I want to say. Not appropriate over the airways. Nonetheless, I hear you, Ryan. About to get set to go back. Green flag racing here again. Going to be lap 61 of 150. And like what you just pointed out there, John, an awful lot of cautions, but not the most I've ever seen here at this track. As Zach Hall's going to look to get off there. And I tell you what, they're spinning those tires bad on the start. I mean, not just the front runners, but I'm seeing behind them also.
Absolutely, and you know, maybe drop it down another gear, keep your RPMs low, and take off that way. So you're saving your tires for one, but don't take a chance of spinning yourself out in front of everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you, if I was actually, was up there, I'd probably eventually start third gear eventually. If I have to, a second would start becoming that much of a problem. As we kind of look back here, the 7th place runner there, the number 75, Rich Thorpe. I've been trying to get back to the pack every time I do. And the 75 was off the pace a little bit. He got loose right there, and almost could have been disastrous. But every time John went to try to get back in the pack here, caution flew, or those guys are... To our delight and all the viewers, and to my surprise, really, they're starting mixing it up front.
Yep, you got no choice but to race, you know, and just not pay attention to what's been going on before. As Rob Pendleton's working his way back up through the field here when it got around that 75. So he's trying to make his way back up there. Brian Johnson back up in front of him. So we're going to see some of these guys start making their move and catch up to the leaders here.
Yeah, it is. Right now, they are single file freight train coming around down here on the front stretch for lap number 63 here. Looking very good. Cedric Hunter right there, currently in 6th spot. Now, let's see if we can get back here just a little bit. Rob Pendleton, like you said, currently in 9th. He's got behind him Larry Reed, his teammate, right there on his back. And we got to go a little further back here to about 15th and all, and I tell you, they're door-to-door racing. Look at old Robert Moyer. Had a good run last week, and he's moved it on up into 14th, just being, calm, cool, calculated. He's got the Tide Pod machine this week, so he's trying to remain clean, so to speak, on this track.
Absolutely. And I think some of these guys have figured out exactly what they need to do. Looking at the lap times of Rob Pendleton here in that 31 car, his last lap was a 28.090. He qualified on pole with a 27.103.
Yep, sure did. You're right there, John. I think they have backed it down a little bit. And a lot of people are like, man, this is racing. Why do they want to do that? Well, unless you want to continue to lose the rear end of that car, you'll eventually have to adapt to the track, to the car, to the conditions. You have to. That's what half of racing is racing the car. The other half is, I guess, the car track and all that stuff. So you have to, as a race car driver, learn what you can and can't do in that race car. Sounds like a movie reference right there that everybody should know of. But you have to know that. If you don't, that that car's going to win 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely. You just have to drive what you got, and you know what you got under you is what you got. And that's what you got to deal with. So you see this 29 of Paul Pepper right now. He's been putting it up there on that 32, trying to get around him, sizing him up a little bit. Got another caution coming out, Joe.
Yes, we do. Well, we got another caution here. I was looking up front there. Zach Hall, still your leader here.
The 55.
55. That would be
Mitchell Lucas.
Well, unfortunately, Mitchell Lucas right there. Let's go back and see what happened on his end. And you're right there, Chris. Yep. There's a Thunder reference. That's definitely what it is. And it's a true reference. I mean, you got to understand what you can do, what you can't and can't do in these cars. And, oh, he hit the wall hard. Hard lick right there in the inside wall. I mean, because like we were saying there, John, this car's, if you try to overdrive it, the car's going to win, period. I mean, it's going to show you. We've heard reference for like motorcycles. You lose respect of a motorcycle, and that's when it usually jumps out and bites you. Same thing with a race car. You think you got the handle, and you think you're the man and upper hand, you lose the respect of that car, it's going to jump out and bite you.
It does, and this track is one of the worst for that. Like I said, as run goes on here, you've really got to play with that throttle really easy back into it. You know, coming off of 2, you almost have to be straight. If you're going to drive it down on that apron, you got to hit that thing straight. So everything about this track is, there's so many options, so many different opportunities that present themselves to you as a driver. But can your car make that move? You know, can you hang that thing on the outside? Can you stay on the inside of somebody and get back in the throttle, or make that transition from the apron back to the track? It's all about what the abilities of the car can do for you, and you have to know the limitations of that.
Yeah, absolutely on that one, I tell you. So we're sitting here, lap 69, going to click off lap 70 of 150 here. We're looking for lap 100 for the second segment of who's going to lead and get that valuable bonus point. Now, tell you what, I was see if we can't get a talk with the 99 up here. I'll make sure that the lights on pace car don't go off on us here before I do that.
No, they're still on.
Yeah. They're about to cross the start finish line though. That's the bad thing about some short tracks sometimes. By the time I get done doing the replay and all. So, all right, 99 and Neil. Maybe we'll just ask him what his last name is so I'll pronounce that thing right.
That's right.
Number 99 and Neil. This is Joe White up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, how you doing there, Joe?
Pretty good. Neil, first off, I got to ask, so I don't mess it up, that last name, how is it pronounced?
Odegaard.
Odegaard. Well, I'll tell you what, I was way off. Anyways, you're going to be starting right there in the second spot. That number 99 machine has a feel out here at this, out here in the desert at Phoenix.
It's like I'm up in Canada ice racing.
Awesome. That is awesome. I tell you, well, all right, as you get set to go back green flag racing, I wanted to get your feel on how that thing felt. So good luck. Keep the fenders on it. Gentlemen, looking good out there tonight.
Yeah, good. See you later, Joe.
All right, well, man thinks he's up there in Canada ice skating. Well, I tell you what a reference. We haven't heard that. And that's probably a darn good reference there, John.
Yeah, truer words have never been spoken about Phoenix. It's definitely tough and slick, bud.
Well, here we go, about set to go back green flag racing. And I tell you what, tonight has been nothing short of exciting and electric. I've loved every minute of it. I mean, yes, they've had some cautions, and we've had to run around here some caution laps. But these guys have put on a show nonetheless. They're about to here as Tyler Conroy on that machine and number 99. Oh, and he did not get going again. And the 32, and the 4 lost it.
Yeah, it looked like the 4 spun his tires a little bit and had some trouble collecting that thing. May have got hit from behind there.
Yeah, we're going to go back and watch it again. The NASA machine, it looked like he was trying to get control of it, but it just kept spinning the tires over and over and over. So let's watch
Yeah,
this restart and just see what happened here,
The
John.
only way you're going to catch that is to get those RPMs down, and look like he maybe stayed in it trying to collect it.
Oh, he got hit from behind, and that was Cedric that did it. But you know what? Oh man, Larry got involved. The 23 got involved. No fault of Cedric from getting in there because, like we said, it looked like what happened was Tyler up front spun his tires. It stacked up that inside lane. From what I can see here, I don't like speculating a lot, but what I can see, it looked like it just stacked up that inside lane, and they didn't get going. And Cedric just got going and just bumped him, and when it did, it spun those tires, and he could not get it started back.
Yeah, Def, I was listening to the race chat here between Cedric and the 4-car of Nick Crawford. Very professional between both of them. I think Nick knows he spun it a little bit, so good job by those guys being able to talk about what happened. And it's a good thing about this league is these guys take ownership of what they do and don't call each other out and place blame. Very professional group of drivers here. Just got to collect themselves here and get a hold of this track somehow.
Yeah, you're right. If I was out there, I'd probably be in the same boat a lot of these guys are here. Very treacherous conditions on this track, but nonetheless, it has been exciting for what we've seen so far. It has been a heck of a race going through here for all these drivers. But let's take a quick commercial break right fast with the sponsor here. Tonight, RacinFreeks Sim Racing League here at Phoenix International Speedway. Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by John T. Wimbush. We'll be right back, folks.
Have you ever wanted to drive a real race car on a famous NASCAR track? The staff at Stock Car Racing Experience will suit you up, teach you what you need to know, and put you behind the wheel of a 160-mile-per-hour stock car on NASCAR's famous Pocono Raceway.
That was great. I enjoyed it. Unbelievable.
It's that unique, one-of-a-kind experience you'll never forget.
It was definitely worth it. The second time I did it, and I'm still shaking.
Call or register online at 877stockcar.com for a heart-pounding, once-in-a-lifetime experience. You won't forget it.
All right, John, back here. About to get set to go back green flag racing here again. I tell you, what that John out there, Pocono owns. Yes, they do. Well, John, what's your analysis of the race so far here tonight?
I just cautions breeding cautions here. We get these guys stacked up and they start taking off and they're around each other, and it just kind of creates chaos here. Seeing these guys spinning the tires on the start, I'd like to see them try a little something different here. Maybe keep their RPMs lower or be in third gear, for that matter. I mean, you got to have a good restart here to get away from some of these guys. But it's pretty much what we expected, and so did they. So everybody knows this track is tough. It's going to be tough, and you're just going to slide around here. So we'll see what happens here when they go back green.
Yes, we will. And right now we're going to look at lap 78 as we hit that green flag that's flying in the air. Look who's up there in sixth spot, Robert Moyer. Well, I told you he had the Tide Pod machine out there. He's got a few tides up underneath the hood of that thing because he's out here cleaning up, being very patient. That Toyota about to get set to throw the green flag. He did this last week too there, John, as we get set to go back green flag. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But as green flag's in the air now, as we're going to cross here for lap 78. It looks like they took it a lot easier on that start than see him spin the tires. But back to what I was saying, Robert did this last week. Just methodically moved his way up there slowly but surely and got up there in the top 10 was over with.
Absolutely. And seeing him, what he's doing, his car is clean, Joe. If you look at that thing over and, it hadn't had any issues here, and the thing looks real good right now up on that high line.
It does. He's riding the heck out of the high line in a tied machine like a very good Robert is, He told me, he said, look, Joe, I like to be very concentrated when I'm here. And Robert's a good guy, man. I get to talk to him a lot with the owner and main admin here along with Zach Hall and all. And it's very good. So right now, currently running 7th, looking very good, trying to maintain. But Zach Hall, man, up front, looks like he's walking away a little bit. And he's got Paul Pepper there behind him. And look right there, Brian Johnson, and that Mountain Dew soda machine has been able to pull it back up. But behind him is Rob Pendleton, and Tyler Conroy is slowly but surely pulling it in. What's going on? We got Dre out there, which is Dave. How you doing out there, Dre Broadcast, man?
Got another caution coming back out here.
What you see out there?
Let's see. 55.
55.
And 85.
Well, that's Mitchell again.
85's got some damage here that he didn't have before.
Right. Well, let's go back here and let's look on the 55 right fast. That'll get us in the ballpark area nonetheless. Yeah, the 85 and the 55 were door to door a little bit as it's heading down the front stretch. I'm wondering if they stayed door to door going to the turn. They did. Oh, there's another car in front of them, the Burger King machine. It looks like the 41. That actually was the 33 that I saw that was spun down there.
Yeah, I was trying to find that and wouldn't show me that on the replay.
Oh, Cedric Hunter. Oh no, Cedric Hunter and him got together. Well, you got tire discount machine versus the Whopper machine, and didn't work out too well there for either one of them. As luckily they didn't hit anything. They just kind of slid together, so maybe not too much damage there on either one of the cars.
I'll tell you what, time these guys get done, they're going to look like they've been here in my hometown of Martinsville.
Well, you're right. We're going to Martinsville in a couple weeks. I'm thinking about, I'd have to look at the schedule. I'll be over here in about the next 4 weeks or so, I believe it is. I have to look back at the schedule just 100%. I know we're going to Martinsville, so that is on the schedule.
That will definitely be fun and interesting to watch, but I like the track.
Oh, yeah.
Spent a lot of time on it myself, so I enjoy it. So we'll see what they do, but I'll tell you what, this track here is really just a beast for these guys right now, and those of us that have done this, I feel for them. I hate it because they want to be turning green flag laps and not sitting there under caution so much, but this track is just brutal, and it's sinking its teeth into them. 97-degree track, it's just slick as it can be. And what's amazing though is this track was actually repaved in 2011, I think it was. So the track surface is not that old, but because of the conditions, where the track is located, it just takes a beating all year. And so the track surface, it's almost like Darlington. It just goes away in no time. And so there's been talks of them repaving Phoenix here in the next year or two.
Actually, I think they did this past year, if I'm not mistaken, this off season. I think they're in the midst of doing it again.
Yeah, well, I think they're talking about doing. I don't think they've done it again yet, though.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did a refigure on it. Yep, sure did. Yeah, because there's an article on it here a couple months ago, about a month or two ago, talked about the reconfiguration of Phoenix and a repave of it. Yep, I remember that now that you mentioned it.
So I wasn't sure if they repaved it again or not, because if they did, somebody didn't do a very good job.
Well, yeah, a hard time trying to explain it to these guys out, but nonetheless, here we go. And I tell you what, tonight is definitely has been an extreme exciting race tonight, and want to appreciate all the viewers out there. What's going on, Chris, Ryan, got Dre from Dre Broadcasting out there. Actually, Dave from Dre Broadcasting. I just call it Dre for short. But Tina, hope she's still with us. John, got the other Johns out there. As a good set here is go Green Flag Racing and old Zach. Looks like he took the inside this time.
Yeah, he did that the time before, so it feels like that's working for him. Maybe he didn't want to be hung up on that outside line.
No doubt. Well, right now he's on the inside, and he's got the Mountain Dew machine right there. He's got 31, Mr. Clean, beside him. Tyler Conroy in that 2, no fear, says, look, I got none. As he dives that thing down the inside, he definitely loves that. There's almost 3 too wide behind them. Looking very good. That number 2 machine, you got to watch him, because that man definitely has no fear out here as they are fanned out 2 and 3 wide behind him.
And you can't blame him for driving like that, you know, Tyler. He's been pretty aggressive here, especially on these restarts. But, I mean, you really got nothing to lose. I mean, it's go or, you know, take a chance of getting wrecked. So he's doing a great job here. All these guys in front of him have just done a spectacular job, I think, of racing around each other so far.
Well, right there, we're looking at John Jones right there in the number 78 machine. I'll tell you what, he's looking very good. Man, look at Robert Moyer coming up through there in the Tide Pod machine. Looking very good. He threw that thing coming through the dog leg and just shot up through there and got a good run. So currently running in 10th. But right now, door to door, wheeling it out with John Jones back there. Looking to maybe try to take that 9th spot away from him.
Yeah, Robert's done a great job just keeping his nose clean here and just staying out of trouble and running these guys down. I mean, you know, he knows how to race almost everywhere and knows how to take care of his stuff. So he's doing a great job here, moving his way up through this field.
Yeah, he is. And you're looking very good, Robert is. He's got that Toyota Power Tide machine looking very good tonight as he's hoping to bring it home in another great finish. Oh, we got a car spinning. That is Rob Pendleton. No, it ain't. Excuse me. Yeah, it is. No, yep, 31.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Rob Pendleton. Boy, he spun right in front of the field, too. Oh, that could have been disastrous, John.
It definitely could. Great job by him, though. You could see he was trying to drive that thing and keep it down there, keep it out of their way.
Yeah, you sound like you're getting stronger by the minute, Ryan. I tell you what. As we're watching this replay right here, 31's coming right out of the gate. You must be drinking water, by the way. Well, Mr. Clean, at least he didn't clean the side of that wall or try to clean the side of his car with the wall. He kept it off of it there, John. So he kept the fender straight a little bit on it.
Yeah, he did a great job. Caught him there on that replay. Just some of the guys that do know what they're doing, you can drive your way out of a wreck, or at least try to position the car somewhere where it doesn't stay in front of everybody's way. So lucky enough for him, in a good spot to do that, and everybody avoided that what could have been a big disaster.
Yes, they did. Could have been very disastrous as we got pit stops. Everybody's probably going to be begging for some tires here tonight, as I would every time a caution came out. I mean, yeah, you're right. I tell you what, this thing has been awesome, and if Ryan's doing what he says, he's got to be drinking water, because I've done said that enough. He should have done had 30 of them by now, and it'd be gone.
Yeah, I mean, you want tires as much as you can get them here, especially if you got more than 10 laps on them. You're going to come in and get some tires, depending on where we're at in the race, obviously.
Oh yeah, I tell you, let's see if we can't get a talk with John Jones out here. Yeah, he's not on my list of drivers, so we'll see if we can't get a talk, because he looked pretty hefty out there. He got out of the pits, currently going to be 6 on the restart here, so we can't get a talk with him.
Sure.
John Jones, this is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, I tell you what, you got Wrecking Monkey Racing on the side and hood of that car, but tonight you're looking pretty good. You haven't wrecked anything. You had to have any monkeys flying out. You definitely ain't had to have wrenches on the hood of that thing took off yet on it. How does the car feel for you out there on this track?
Not too bad. We're just riding right now.
All right, well, good deal. You look good on that restart back there. You was in the top 10 for a little bit. We see you in the pit right now. Looks like you're getting your 4 good fresh tires there and some fuel filled up. Think you got a car to bring it home here at the end of the race?
If we can stay out of trouble, we'll bring it home.
All right, well, good luck there, John. And good luck to all you drivers out there. It's been a tremendous race so far. Like I say, see you at lap 150. Good luck, gentlemen. I'll tell you what, right there, he's not feeling too bad. Everyone we've got to talk to, kind of the same thing, John, has been, you can hear it in their voice, a little bit of uncertainty, but they're pretty confident.
Yeah, and it's like we said earlier, just what you see going on around you, and all these guys feel how loose the cars are, so they know, you're right on the edge of pushing it over the line and wind up spinning yourself or taking some other guys out. So that's the thing you don't want to do. You don't want to wreck yourself and take other people with you. If you just wreck yourself, you're like, all right, I wrecked myself. When you mess up other people's day, you feel really terrible about it. So this is just a bad track for that.
Well, look who's up front right there. We got Brian Johnson along with Cedric Hunter. On the outside, we got the soda machine, Mountain Dew machine versus the tire machine up there. And we're going to look very good as we're going to get set here to go back green flag racing here. Now that number 92, Christopher Matthews, haven't really talked about him. Started 22nd, currently 3rd. He's looking to maybe pull up there in that 92 machine to get the job done here. So we're going to see what happens. The pace car is off. The green flag's going to fly now. Brian, he took that inside. Everybody here, the beginning of the race, they all took the outside. Now, the last several ones, they took the inside. But look at that jump behind them. Zach Hall almost stuck his nose in there to try to get to that 3rd place. Well, he did right there.
He did. 92 spun his tires on the restart there, and he dove to the inside trying to get around him. Backed off to go to work on him here.
Man, I tell you, look at these cars fanning around back there. They are just nose to tail battling 2-2, side by side, looking very good here. I tell you what, this is an awesome battling racing going on. These guys said, look, I didn't get the memo of it about being slick out here. What you talking about up there in the booth, Joe? There's no way in the world. This feels good to us. We're loving every minute. And they're caution again, by the way, John.
It is. It's the 95.
All right. I was trying to get warmed up there, and they got me all cold again. All right. Oh, man, a taco machine. Boy, tore that thing up. Taco in turn 3. He must have spun on it and tore it all to pieces. Let's see what happened to him.
Looked like he got clipped.
Yes, he did. Oh, man, on the front stretch, and he took a ride. He looked like a burrito rolling down the front stretch on that thing. Wow. Ouch. I mean, that car got destroyed. Well.
Yeah, just completely wow. Bam. That's all I know to say about that one right there.
That's about what I say sometimes, man. Just, bam. Who knows what happened? That's what we do, folks. We just have fun up here. Calling these races. I love doing it. Haven't really said it tonight. Well, I've said it several times, but I definitely appreciate all the viewers, but I haven't really said it. We do this up here. We love doing it. I definitely like doing it, man. It's great. This league here, RacinFreeks League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Those guys, if you're in the Pocono area and you want to be a race driver, and if you got a small physique and not like me, look like a huge gorilla, then you'll be okay. You'll be able to get into the windshield, or actually the windshield. I'd probably have to get in me. You have to get in the windshield. Y'all can get in the side view mirror or window and experience what it's like to get behind the wheel of one of these things.
That'd be a cool experience. We talked about that last week, or hadn't done that. I've raced other things before, but man, I'd like to get in a stock car sometime and do that. And can you imagine going around Pocono Raceway?
Awesome. Hey, wait a minute, Ryan. There ain't no way in the world that you're just saying you're on number 3. Man, he's cheating. He's cheating. John, he just texted me a minute ago and said he's only on number 3. I won't say what, but that's what he just told me. I'm only on 3.
He may have left out a 0.
He got it. Gotta be. But nonetheless, well, I'll tell you what, we're having a blast up here in the booth. I know me and John is, and well, I hope you are, John. As always, I appreciate definitely you, and I appreciate when Ryan comes up here with me. And hey, if anybody, go check out Dre Broadcast Network right there. Check the man out. He does a lot of leagues himself. Go give him a like. Hit him a sub on the channel over there for him. If you like listening to a lot of this awesome and iracing racing here, go check those guys out. No, you can't be on number 3. No, there's no way.
No, he's definitely telling stories. But
yeah, he's telling
stories. Joe, I enjoy being here with you. I appreciate you letting me do it. Maybe for people that don't know, I just shot you a message one day and asked you if you minded, having me on here, give you a little breather every once in a while, and gave me the opportunity to do it, and I enjoy it. Watching these guys, and if you race like I do, you can watch guys like this and learn at the same time. So I definitely enjoy it, and being a part of these great leagues that you have, and what you're doing here. And a lot of people are taking notice, so hopefully everybody understands. You're spending a ton of your own money trying to better this experience here. You built your computer, and you're putting a lot of effort into this too. So kudos to you for what you're doing here for your network and for sim racing.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and you're right. You tell him, Dre. I'm going to let you deal with that. But I appreciate that. You're right. And I do it because of these guys and the action right here. For the viewers out here, for the drivers out here, and for the leagues out here. These guys, man, are definitely putting on the show. I love coming out here calling these races each and every night for these guys. I mean, it's exciting to see these guys get out here and bang fenders, knock the darn side ends of these things off. And tonight, it's been like they've out here in a bunch of snowmobiles just skidding around the whole track. One guy said they're up in Canada, but here, green flags out. We've got 2 laps to go for the second segment, by the way, and Zach Hall's pushing that thing out front, looking like he's going to take that one.
Yeah, doing his thing again on the inside, Joe. Got a great restart there. You got the 13 Cedric Hunter right behind him, just hunting him down right here as they go into 3 and 4.
There he is. I think Cedric Hunter's maybe thinking about trying to get that pass on him to get to lap 100. As we're coming around here to click that thing off here, Zach Hall going to hold him off. Zach's going to get it. Oh, almost the car behind him. Yep, Zach gets a 100. He is the man leading at that section. Now we're looking for lap 150. That's going to be the final one here tonight. So we're watching a heck of a battle going on here. And I tell you what, folks, that's Brian Johnson right there. He's got the Mountain Dew machine looking very good in 4th spot. He's got a guy on the outside. But look at that number 2 up there, John. He is stalking Zach all lap long.
He's definitely doing a great job. Brian Johnson just doing what he does, finding his way back up through there. As we got the 77 of Whitley, makes a pass on him for position there, putting him in the 4th spot.
Yeah,
still got that 32 leading with the 13 behind him, and the 4 Crawford. So the top 3 right here, all on top of each other.
And you know what? Look at this, John. Look at these guys. They're not worried about, I don't know. They're still out here fanning out, side by side, 2 by 2, nose to tail. I mean, they are pushing these cars to the limit. And you got to look, the top 10, Zach Hall sitting up there as your race leader. You got Cedric Hunter in 2nd. You got Nick Crawford 3rd, Mark Whitley 4th, Paul Pepper in 5th, Brian Johnson right there in 6th. You got Neil Odegaard. I think that's what he told me it was. You remember what he said? Odegaard. All right, well, that's close. Sitting right there in 7th. You got Greg Halton 8th, John Jones 9th, Bob Skinner in the top 10. So, I mean, these guys have not gave up all race long and looked very, very good at doing it.
Absolutely. Right now, the leader, Zach Hall, putting down some great lap times. 27.808 was his time. 2nd place was a 27.9. Nick 27.9. So all these guys up front, man, they're really turning it up here.
Yes, they are. They're about to turn the wick up here. Maybe. That's another thing, dynamic weather. This track could have came around a little bit on us, cooled down just a little bit. Like you said, rubber build up some on it. Got a little bit more traction. They might feel a little more confident out here as we're at lap 104 or 150. Either that or they just said, heck with it, we're going to go. You either go home or go hard, go home. Either one, doesn't matter. Right now, you're looking at number 4 of Nick Crawford, and that space shuttle machine is all over the back deck lid. The tire man, they got a heck of a battle behind him. They're door to door.
That dude Paul Pepper was working on Mark Whitley there for a little while and got him. Slid up here coming off for 2. Whitley's going to go back on the inside, not go to that apron though.
No, he won't. He won't. You know, and that's another thing I haven't seen. I haven't really seen anybody go to that apron. Maybe they're now figured out, hey, look, we'll stay off of it. But look at the number 4 fire on the inside there, the 13 of Cedric Hunter, as they take it door to door off into the turn. You got Discount Tire versus the NASA machine. Who's going to prevail? Who knows? As they head off down into, and I'm noticing that, I noticed that right there, John. Nobody went to the ends field of that dog leg. They're all staying away from it now.
Absolutely, and you see what the result has been right now is a long green flag run, something that we haven't seen much of tonight.
Nope, we haven't. That number 4 had to let off just a little bit as he got just a little squirrely coming out of there, because that's the flattest part of the track is coming out of turn number 4 as you head off into the front stretch. Now there's one car hit the apron, but most of these guys are staying off that inside of the dog leg that we're starting to notice, and it's starting to pay off. We've got a heck of a dog fight going on up here up front, as now we've just went from a 2-car battle to a 3-car battle, as the 29 machine of Paul Pepper says, look, I'm about to come up here and spread some pepper all over this place and take some tires along with me, and I might actually take a flight on the spaceship. Now, he's the only man to venture down there into that dog leg, John.
Yeah, and right now Paul Pepper's the fastest car up here in this top group, so he's going to be coming through this field pretty good here. As long as he can take care of his stuff and stay out of trouble. He's 2/10 faster than all the cars in front of him.
Yes, he is right now, looking very good in that machine. Nick is, as he is pulling it up. What's going on, viewers out there? Definitely want to go shout out. Oh, he's door to door there with Cedric Hunter as he's trying to take that second spot. Can he run down Zach? Man, he is using that apron. And did you notice that, John, right there, when he hit that apron, did you see that car almost just like jump and bounce as it went to that transition?
It upsets the car big time. That's why we say you got to be careful with that transition, because you get that car loose and upset with the power these things put down, you're going to be sideways in no time, you know, as we saw earlier with a couple cars. So you're going to use it as the run progresses here to make up some time and make up some spots here. But I'll tell you what, Paul Pepper is just coming through this field right now, turning some good times, trying to chase down that 32 of Zach Hall.
Yes, he is right there. The number 29 looking like he's going to stalk down the number 32 of Zach Hall up there. As now we got a door-to-door battle. And oh, Nick. Oh, he pushed up a little bit. Cedric looked like he rubbed that wall ever so slightly there. Probably just knocked the white letters off the side of the Goodyears as he hit the wall just a little bit. No harm, no foul. He's still going, looking very good right there, running in the 3rd spot. The bull he's got, the number 4. And I tell you what, these guys are putting on a show up front. As I'm going to go a little further back here, John. As I mean, those guys are still battling up there, but I have started to notice these guys aren't taking that dog leg anymore, so maybe that's something they figured out.
All right, looks like we got another caution on the track here.
Oh, we got a caution.
And this is going to be to the driver's delight, because, buddy, they need some tires.
It looks like the 33 was part of it.
Yep, 33. Look.
Go ahead. Yeah, as we're watching the replay, 33. I tell you what, he's got the Burger King on his car. Oh, he took the dog leg, and guess what? As soon as he come out of it, that thing snapped loose. The Whopper machine has just definitely not had a good night tonight. It's whopped the walls every time he's turned around. So I don't know, just definitely not the track, not the night for him. He'd love to probably just say, is this one over with?
Yeah, absolutely. And the later you go on in the run, that transition gets worse and worse there. So you'll see guys use that apron, but you definitely got to be careful. And throttle is crucial through that thing, man. It can get loose with you in no time. So we're going to see everybody come down and get tires.
Yes, we are. I'd like to get a word in with old Paul right there, because he was coming through there with a vengeance in that car. He had a bullet, and that thing was loaded. It's the sponsor is what? Outliers? Is that right? Outliers? Did I say that right?
Outliers.
Outliers, okay. Well, he was definitely out flying because that thing was on some rails rolling. Let's see if we can't get a word in with him. Paul Peppers, this is Joe White up in the booth. You got a copy?
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Paul, I tell you what, you had that car on rails and a heck of a bullet up beneath it. That thing was coming through the front and coming up there in a hurry. How did that thing feel? Because it looked like you were definitely glued to the track as you were passing cars left and right.
I'll tell you what, this Outlier Solution, HPP, Host Venom, American Pools, Chevrolet is, it's good in the corners. It's loose off like everybody else, but we got something for him here. We just need to keep it under us the last 40 laps here.
All right, well, that's my next question there. If you keep the fenders on it, you think you got anything that can bring it home here at lap 150 up here up front for these guys?
I think so. The 32 is fast. The 13 is fast. Just need some green flag running, man. I think we'll be all right. But it's definitely a handful, and everybody's doing what they can to hold on to it. And look forward to battling with the 13 and the 32 here.
All right, well, there you go. I tell you what, Paul, good luck out there in that number 29 machine. Looks like you're going to be starting up front, so you got a definitely good shot at it here. As always, all drivers, that was a heck of a good run. Y'all are definitely showing why y'all called the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League. Looks like a bunch of racing freaks out here in the desert tearing it up in the cup car. Gentlemen, good luck for the rest of the race. All right. I tell you what, firing them up just a little bit up there, and John, he thinks he's got something for these guys, and I don't know if I disagree with him because he was coming through there pretty darn good.
He really was, and he's definitely shown some good speed on the long run, so he's taking good care of his stuff, letting some of these other guys run pretty hard there. So we'll see, what happens here on this restart if he can get away from him, and see if he's going to keep running hard or maybe back it down.
Well, all right, Ryan had a request, and I'm going to go ahead. Ryan's mom, I tell you what, you need to keep Ryan in check. That boy's a good kid, but sometimes I'm going to tell you, I don't know. But, hello, Ryan's mom.
Questionable activity.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't think I've ever asked Ryan what his mom's name was.
It's just Ryan's mom.
Just Ryan's mom. There you go. Yep, you're right. We just call her Ryan's mom. And we're about to get set to go back green flag racing, so we hope she enjoys watching it. And I tell you what, it has been definitely an awesome race here. And this has just been exciting. And there you go. Paul got a good start. Spun the tires just a little bit. But I tell you, he's got Mark Whitley right there on his tailgate trying to come around here and maybe try to give him a battle up front.
Yeah, Mark Whitley in that 77, he's another one that's showing some really good speed on the long run. That 13, man, he's a good short run car. And we'll see in that 28 of Brian Johnson back up there again. So doing what he does, these guys doing a great job up front right now.
Yeah, it is. Brian Johnson right there, along with Mark Whitley. You also got Cedric Hunter. You got to look. All these guys now are on good tires. We're going to see what they can do here. Nonetheless, we're looking at Greg Holt right there. He's in the number 5th spot as these guys are all nose to tail. Look, Paul went straight back down on that apron again. He says, I'm not scared of the dog leg without one bit. And, okay, well, Ryan's mom, his name's Lisa. Well, hello, Lisa. And, I'm going to say it's Lisa Daniels. Maybe I don't know. Anyways, we'll just say Lisa, Ryan's mom. Hello. And there we go. We're back to the action, John. These guys are, look at Paul. He's just walking away right now.
Yeah, he's just walking the dog on him right now. It's a 27.539 is what he turned. Cedric turned a 592 to a 662 in that 77. So some fast times up front. These guys showing their speed here. And the times start falling off just a little bit as we go. But the fastest car is right now up front.
Yes, he is, and he said it. He was very confident in the interview we had right there. We got to talk to him on that last caution because he was like, look, I think I got something for these guys. And right now he has got 30 laps to get it done here at Phoenix International Speedway. John, right tonight has been, oh, and he's in the wall. He slammed the wall. Did you see it?
I was going back through the field when that happened, so I missed
I'm going to
there.
rewind it just a little bit. But he came in there, got loose, that car pushed up, and slammed the wall hard. And surprisingly, he's still in the lead.
It doesn't look like it hurt him very much right now. It's probably going to start pushing on him here pretty soon, though.
Yeah, he was coming into turn number 4. And, he came in too hard. He came in turn 3 very hard and almost locked the brakes up, hit the wall. So he's still out front. I mean, that's impressive. I'll tell you what, that just does not bode well for everyone else. He hits the wall like that, still out front, been able to maintain the speed. That means if he goes in, uses a fast fix, if he still got it, wow.
Now, what's a good thing here, though, is you can take a little bit of damage and still be fast. You see the 13 behind him, he's got some damage up there on the nose. So you can take a little bit here. It's not extremely aerodynamic, but they come into play a little bit. But,
yeah, it does.
You can get around here with a little bit of damage.
Yeah, well, I was going to say right there for a second, he's talking about the 13. Almost stepped it sideways there, and that's why the 77 got. And, oh, man, every so close. Oh, did you see that, John, how close they were for the rear bumper of each other?
Absolutely, man. It's just some close racing going on back there. But the leader, Paul, still put 28 seconds down, so he's still running good lap times even with that damage.
Well, I tell you what, if I could hit the wall that hard and still be that bad fast, man, I'd be loving it every race. I mean, because he almost tried to take the wall down, almost ran it into the top grandstand up there, and it's still blistered now. We'll see if the 77 and Mark Whitley can do anything here with him and see if he can actually get up there. But right now, these guys have been very patient and showing what they got. Now, let's just see if we can't just scroll through the field here a little bit. Yeah, John Jones right there running in 7th, John. Bob Skinner right there in 8th. Rob Pendleton's been able to fire back and get himself back up there in 9th. But he's got a whole back door of Nick Crawford in the 10th spot.
This guy's doing a great job, but I'll tell you, Rob Pendleton, in that 31, man, he's just been seesawing back and forth in this race. He's been up front, and he's been back there in the mid-pack, and been back up front again, so just had a couple bad breaks there, but doing a great job now being inside that top 10.
Yeah, no doubt right there. Look at the number 4. Looks like he's got the speed on him to get it done, but he's been very patient. He knows he's got a lot of time as we're closing in here on the final laps here. Coming to lap 128 of 150, folks. Old Rob Pendleton looks like he's going to move on the inside there. Bob Skinner. Now behind Nick Crawford, which is behind them, that 92. Christopher Matthews looking very good. Oh, and who just came in the picture? That's Zach Hall. We haven't talked to these guys. They got marred down in the back of the pack, but they're coming through the field slowly but surely. They got enough time to do it.
Yeah, that 32 has been fast, and he's another car that on the long run starts making up some spots as some of the guys slip and slide around him. But great job by these guys, and hats off to them with the tough racetrack tonight, and done a great job to try to keep themselves up in the top 10 and have a good shot at it. But and the 4 was an aggressive move right there, cut that 32 off, pulled up right behind the 31.
Yes, he did. Right there, we're watching it. We're looking out the roll bar here of Zach Hall and the Christopher Matthews right there. Those guys, man, are all nose to tail. And I tell you, the 4's all over the back end of the 31 up there of Rob Pendleton. Just kind of looking like they are battling very hard. Like I say, hey, maybe the number 4 there, Zach Crawford, saying, look, you got Mr. Clean on the machine. I need my space shuttle clean. And they got together. And we watched that.
Slight touch, just slight contact right there, Joe.
It was. You know what? We got to have a good shot of that one because we were riding along. I think we were riding along with Zach Hall, I believe it was, and was looking through the roll bar cam. We saw that one happening as it happened the whole time in live, but we're going to go back on the replay and watch. Like you just said, slight contact.
Just unfortunate. It's that 31 car again of Rob Pendleton just having some bad breaks here tonight, and that's another one right there.
From the hit that he did right there, you would have thought that would have spun the number 4 out. But it took Rob around.
And it depends on where you're at in the throttle. If he was backing out of it and then got back into it, trying to see if the car would turn. So many factors that play into that, whether you're going to spend yourself or spend both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you definitely got to come down for tires and fuel. And while they're doing this, I'm going to step away for just a second for a quick break. I'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, just listening to the race chat here, making sure everybody took 4 tires, it seems like, which is what you're going to want here. We're on lap 132 and 150, so all the guys that pitted doing the right thing by taking 4 tires. You don't want to risk it on 2 here, as they've had some runs on those left sides.
All right, John, well, I'll tell you what, about to get set here to go back green flag racing again. As this has been a heck of a battle, as we're getting here to closing laps here for the Racing Freaks, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience up in Pocono, Pennsylvania. And definitely these guys have put on a show. It started out very treacherous and tricky, and I still think it's that way, but they have still put on a tremendous show.
Yeah, they've done a great job, and it's not over yet. And thought they had some problems in the beginning here. We're going to see what they're really going to be willing to do here on. We're going to 135 of 150, so it's definitely go time, and we're going to see who doesn't mind pushing that throttle down.
Well, absolutely. And I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. I want to appreciate everyone that's watching in here as we get set to go back green flag racing. Pace cars on the bad stretch here. I'm Joe White up here in the OSR Network booth, accompanied by John T. Wimmis. And as I always say, I appreciate John coming up here. And I know he's always like, well, no, it's all thanks to Joe. But, hey, I definitely appreciate it, man. It's been great, as I always say, with Ryan W. Daniels. I see him out there. John, we're about to get set to go back green flag to settle this one. We're going to have 15 laps to go this time by. And who's going to be the man? Paul looks like he's got a pretty good machine. And, oh, boy, I tell you, the 32 spun the tires. And he's on the inside of the 4 back there. But look at Cedric Hunter.
Yeah, Cedric got a great restart there. The 29 of Paul, he spun his tires as well. So definitely put him behind there. But that 13, putting that thing out in the wind right now, getting some clean air. We'll see if this 29 can catch back up with him.
Yes, he can right here as we're watching. These guys are side by side. Brian Johnson right there, side by side, door to door, beating and banging. It's go time, folks, here. As always, we're looking very good here. Lap 136 of 150. And Cedric Hunter is looking, saying, look, I won. Actually, I think he was last week's winner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right there. But I'll tell you what, that 77 is impressing me with his hard run on the inside right there. Not something you'd expect to see, but on new tires right now, he can do that. But here in a couple laps, we're really going to see what he's got for that 28 car, Brian Johnson.
Yes, he is right there. Brian Johnson's taking that Mountain Dew soda machine, looking very good around here tonight. Look at the battle going on behind them. Greg Holt with Nick Crawford. They're beating each other's door handles off of it. Now he falls back just a little bit. Nick does as they go single file up front. They're side by side with Nick versus that's actually Zach Hall's made a move back up out of the 7th. Don't count him out as we're coming out to closing laps here, folks. This time by, we're going to be looking at 12 laps to go.
We still got the 4 inside that 32 fighting back on the outside here. It looks like the 4 is going to clear them as they come off the 2.
Yeah, it is. And we got a battle up front. As look at that, Paul has ran down the number 13 machine. So Outliners is actually looking pretty good in that elite machine. He's trying to be a lead here tonight and steal this one away and say, look, I've got a car in the number 29 that can get it done. Cedric's like, look, I brought a set of match set tires for this track. I knew it was going to be slick. Not a problem. Discount tires on the side of mine. And fellas, we got a set up underneath of it here. You got what you got here. 10 laps this time by here, John.
Yeah, another Days of Thunder reference match set staggered special.
That's it.
We'll see what this
No
13
doubt.
can do to hold off this 29, but I'm going to tell you what, Paul Pepper right now behind that 13, he's really putting it on him, just trying to intimidate him a little bit, see if that 13 will slip up, and he'll be right there to take advantage of it.
Yes, he will. And the man behind him and that number 28, Brian Johnson, and that number 28, Mountain Dew Soda Machine, as I like to call him. He is waiting for these guys to go wheel to wheel. Look at that 13 just chopped the nose off of the 29. What a block going down into the dog leg. That could have been disastrous.
Could have been. We got 2 great guys up front that know what they're doing right there, though. But man, hard run by that 13 there, but the 29 staying right with him.
Yes, we do. All the 13 right now is thinking about as many cautions as they've been as, hey, look, if I can hold on for another maybe 4 or 5 laps, caution comes out at that point, I've stole the show and stole the win again. He dives down on the dog leg, and look at the 29 starting to try to get a run up top. But, man, that 13 knows where to put that car to hold off any charge the 29 gets here all over the back end. Now, let me ask a question. Look at the man coming up there in the 28, Brian. He is definitely, oh, and there's another block. And he got into him. Oh, that's
hanging
what.
on to that thing.
Oh,
Dirt
man.
tracking that around there. Great job by the 13 to holding on to it. But I saw that coming. I figured that the 29 was, might try that out a little bit. Maybe put the bumper to him there.
Well, you know, and I was about to say that there, John. I was watching about Brian right there coming on strong. The 13 was doing everything he could, and you know what? You got to give it to him. With 7 laps to go here in this race, you know the guy behind him is a heck of a lot faster. I'm going to look and say that move right there by the 29, that's just a racing move. That's just no harm, no foul. That's 2 guys out there just giving everything they've got in the closing laps.
Absolutely. Listening to the race chatter of the 13 to Cedric Hunter, giving the credit to Paul Pepper, told him, he said, you were faster than me anyway. You were going to get me. Not upset with that move at all. The good thing is nobody got wrecked.
Yeah.
But you're really risking a lot right there when you put the bumper to somebody on a track that doesn't have a lot of banking. As we saw, the 13 held onto it, so it could keep that car in front of you and get you in trouble. So it worked out for him, and we'll see if Brian Johnson can catch him here.
Well, that is true. We're actually going to see here as, we noticed the 29. He said earlier if he could get out front, he thinks he's got something for these guys. And right now, I can't disagree with him. If a caution come out at this point, though, John, this one is over with, and he's pulled it off here tonight. And most notably, he's a rookie. That R beside of his name stands for him being a rookie here in this season. Not so much a rookie at iRacing, but a rookie here nonetheless in this league. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think Rob Pennington has won a race, so I don't think he would be the first rookie to win this season. Has Rob won a race? I think Rob won the first race, didn't he?
Oh, we got a caution out here, and this may be the end.
If it's a caution's out on the track, then it is the end here because we only got 4 laps to go, and that's going to put the winner tonight, Paul Pepper, who has pulled it off here. And it looks like John Jones.
Yeah, I believe it is. That's sad to see, though. That 28 was making up a little bit of ground, not by tenths, but by a couple hundredths a lap there. So I may have had something for him there at the end.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're watching back here. John Jones. Oh, the 99 got into the wall. 78 had nowhere to go. Just one of those pile-ups there. Racing deal. But, man, the move of the race had to be right back there a couple laps. Well, those guys, we'll see if I can take it back far enough here for y'all to watch the move of the race here. For the pass, for the lead, folks, Paul Pepper making the move on the number 13 machine, Cedric Hunter. As we're rewinding it back here. John, I don't know about you, but right here, we're going to watch this again as we see. This is the move of the race, folks. We'll rewind it back here a little bit as we're seeing this man here, the number 28, right there, just barely gets on the end of him. Take it back in there, buddy. Gets in the back end of him. As we're seeing him come down here, he went to the dog leg on that move. And Paul was all over the back deck of it. Right there as they head off into turn number 4. And they still were nose to tail. So we're just watching this. Like I say, this is your move of the race here. Going into turn number 1. Barely touched him right there. Dirt tracking it. Then the number 13, Cedric Hunter. And the pass by the 29. And then a caution came out several laps later, which is going to give you your win there to Paul Pepper.
Yeah, a great job by that 29. I think that he played that very, very good, and kind of knew, if I get up here and just touch him, not run him over, but just touch him a little bit, it'll push him up the track. That's exactly what it did. Probably a little more than the 13 wanted to be pushed up the track there, but he did a great job of saving that thing.
Well, absolutely. We'll definitely get them up here in the up in the booth here. I definitely don't want to talk to them out there. Is man, how many yellows? We'll see what we got here. Race summary, lap 148 of 150. Lead changes 25 of them. 17 cautions tonight. Well, it's not the record that I've ever seen at this track. But nonetheless, hey, this track just breeds a lot of them, unfortunately. But you know what? Exciting. Especially the move there, that race, Paul Pepper. Yet the 13 was not going to let him get on the inside. He almost, and I'm not going to say he moved him out of the way, but he pressured him enough that it wiggled the car enough that it did move him out the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what happens in that deal. And like I said, a very good discussion between the 13, 29. 13 knew that the 29 was faster. But credit to Cedric Hunter. He was doing what he had to do to protect the lead there. And you're going to do that, make that guy drive more aggressively, try to get around you. But you also take a chance of something like that happening. But, these guys understand that when it comes down to the end of the race that anything can happen, including the old chrome horn being brought out sometimes.
Well, I also got to give a shout out there to Robert Moyer. Another good finish, consistent finish. He's going to bring it home in 8th spot tonight. Zach Hall's going to round out in that top 5 and 5th. Mark Whitley right there in 4th. So as we're watching that man, Paul Pepper's going to get the checker flag coming around out of turn number 4 for the last time here. Brian Johnson's going to be behind him. Cedric Hunter gave it everything he could. That number 13 machine just come up just a little bit short. And I tell you what a race. That was just awesome. So congratulations to that man, the number 29 machine. And I think, John, you should be able to pull some of these guys up. And let's see if I can't get a hold of old Cedric Hunter. Put him up in the waiting room.
See, it's not showing me anybody on mine.
Oh, okay. We're doing the same thing it was before.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see if we can't get old Cedric Hunter to come up in the waiting room. There's Cedric Hunter. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, John, I'm going to bring him up here in a room. I'll let you know when he's in here, and we'll just see if you can't hear him and see if we can't get an interview with him. How's that? Third place man, Cedric Hunter. All right.
Yes, sir.
Cedric Hunter, this is Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Of course I do, Joe.
All right, there you go, John.
Hey, Cedric, it's John Wimbish up here with Joe. Man, great run by you tonight there. A little unfortunate there at the end. Saw that 29 creeping up on you. What were you thinking there towards the end of the race?
I was thinking I needed to hold him back with everything I had, and it was his position. I told him after, like, he apologized for moving me, and it's no hard feelings. I'm honestly surprised it didn't happen earlier, because if I was in his shoes, I would have probably done it earlier. I had to block it. I did everything I could, and yeah, I'll take third place. Honestly, it was a lot better than I was expecting to get. Phoenix statistically is probably one of my worst tracks. I'm really pumped about the third place.
Yeah, absolutely great run there. That track was loose all night, and it looked like a real monster to try to hold on to. So great job by you guys out there, and trying to hold that lead, and definitely gave you credit. I was listening into your radio chatter there, and giving Paul credit there, and you did everything you could to try to hold him off there. But good run by you, as usual, man. You always find yourself up front here. So you got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah. I want to thank my teammate Brandon. I forgot to thank him last week. He kind of gave me a little crap for it, but big thanks to Zach too for helping me out. Brandon, again, he was a huge help into helping me find speed at this track. I want to thank the admins. I want to thank you guys for doing the awesome job that you guys do. I want to thank the drivers, because this league pretty much wouldn't be anything without them. So big thanks just to everyone that's involved, and yeah.
Yeah, 10-4, but a great job by you and these guys here bringing it home in third place tonight. This is Joe's channel, so I'm going to give him the last word with you, but congratulations on your third spot.
Thanks again, John.
Well, Cedric, you did everything you could in that 13. Like I say, I'm going to say what John said. Congratulations on bringing it home in third place there in the Discount Tires Ford. I mean, that's tremendous. So congratulations, but hats off to you for bringing it home third place tonight.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Joe. Just one more, actually, small thing. I've been really trying to get some more guys to run forwards for, I know you're a big fan. I'm a big fan. Unfortunately, can't get that many guys. I think me and John Jones are the only two forwards out there on the field, so that kind of sucks, but yeah.
That's all right. You represent very well. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, John. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to grab old Brian Johnson right here. He's got that 28 Mountain Dew machine. Bring him up here and let's get a word in with him. Brian Johnson's Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
I hear you, Joe.
Hey, Brian, this is John Wimbish up here with Joe. Congratulations on your second place finish, everybody. You starting to run up on that 29 there towards the end. Did you have anything for him?
Yeah, I may have, but with the track the way it was, just so slippery, and I hate loose cars. I can't race them real well. I figured I'd, this one time I'll take a second place finish as opposed to maybe wrecking myself or him or both of us. Really, just today the way the race was going, I was just hoping for a good points day and hoping to stay out of trouble, and I think I achieved that pretty well.
Yeah, you absolutely did. And you don't look like you have much trouble with a loose race car. I tell you that, buddy. You kept finding yourself back up front every time here. You get on these long green flag runs, and you did a great job keeping that car up front all night. So congratulations on your second place finish. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just got to thank my teammates, Robert Moyer, Chris Matthews, and Zach Hall. They're really nice teammates to have every week, and then to you guys in the booth broadcasting this race, and for the viewers who stuck around to the end.
Yeah, everybody loved it, man. Y'all put on a great show. I know it's a very tough track and tough to keep a hold of there, but you did a great job, and we'll let Joe get the last word with you here.
Well, Brian, I tell you what, tonight, and yes, I got your name right, the whole entire race. Ask John. Brian Johnson in that 28 Mountain Dew soda machine ran the darn. Hey, you were running the quarters out of that thing all night long and bringing it home in second place. We thought maybe you was going to be able to run down Paul up there, but nonetheless, I'm going to say like John said, congratulations on bringing it home in second.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thank you, John.
All right, John, well, I'll tell you, some ought to head off down here in the victory lane. They got confetti flying and everything, and I always like to go past the concession stand because I get hungry watching it. And we're going to see Paul Pepper. We talked to him early on in the race, had a lot of confidence in that 29 machine, and he brought that thing home here tonight. So let's see how excited he is. Paul Pepper's Joe White up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Well, I tell you, when we talked to you there during the caution, you was leading. You had a lot of confidence, thought you had a bad, fast machine to bring it home, and you did. Congratulations for the win here, Phoenix International Speedway, for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. You were able to hold off. Well, actually, you were battling with the 13. Take us back through that battle there as you two put on a clinic out here tonight in the desert.
Yeah, that was awesome, battling with Cedric and also the 32. Like I said in the in-race interview, I thought we had really good long-run speed. If we could just get any long runs in, I just want to apologize to Cedric. I did in the race as well. I didn't mean to get into him there and nudge him out of the way. I was hard on the brakes. Just I don't like to race like excuse me, I don't like to race like that. I'm glad he was able to save it, but I guess Rubbin's racing and he can put that in his book and remember that next time we're battling again.
Well, I tell you, you looked very good there out there on the Outlander. I think it's Outlander. Is that right?
Outliers Mining Solutions.
Outliners. Okay. Outlander Mining Solutions there. You had a lead on the back of it. You looked very elite doing what you was doing out here in a very slick, treacherous, wicked, loose style track here tonight at Phoenix. But you got anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Billy Tungate, Mad Dog Motorsports Group. Excuse me, Billy for bringing me into this league, and all the guys at the Outliers Mining Solutions, Brad Jewson, Solar Javid, Adam Hewitt, everybody tuning in right now, watching back at home. Got to thank host Venom, Scott Eckridge, HPP Simulation Pedals, Brian Yazik, and Michael Kroback, Woodrow Mahan, Jeff Ward, Drew Carroll. It's a heck of a way to debut, and hopefully we can keep this momentum up.
I had my own mic, sorry. But anyways, again, congratulations for being on victory tonight. John, you got any final words for him?
No, Paul, it's a great move, man. I was expecting you to maybe try out the chrome horn there on him a little bit sooner than you did. And Cedric had the same thing when we interviewed him. But listen to the race chatter there, and, no hard feelings from him. So he put himself in position. He was blocking you a little bit, but it was a great move on your part, really a race-winning move. Did you have anything for him around the outside, or you pretty much knew you had to do something like that to get around him?
I was hoping I could get a run off him on coming out of turn 4, or using that dog leg there, get up underneath him. I didn't have much on the outside. Him and the 32, I think it's Zach Hall, they had the outside dialed in on those restarts, and then during the race. And I've always been kind of a bottom feeder and knew that was where we were going to win the race, on the bottom. So I wasn't even thinking about the outside, no.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, good job on your part. Like you said, great way to come out and debut and get your win here. Hopefully we'll see many more as we go, buddy. Congratulations.
Heck yeah, man. Thanks guys. Appreciate it, and good job on the broadcast there.
All right, well, John, I'll tell you what. I'm going to bring up Robert Moyer here after the race here. Robert Moyer's Joe White in the booth. Got a copy? He might have. Hopefully he didn't walk over. Robert Moyer's Joe White in the booth. Got a copy? Might have walked away on us.
Yeah, he might have. Or he might have known you were going to try to talk to him.
Well, I waited till after the race, so. All right, well, I was wanting to get a word with him because nonetheless, he came home at 8, so let's do a quick rundown here with the results tonight here. Winner tonight here, Phoenix International Speedway for the RacinFreeks here tonight. Paul Pepper bringing that thing home and an awesome style finish right there. Brian Johnson in number 2nd. Cedric Hunter bringing it home in third. Mark Whitley right there in fourth. Zach Hall in fifth. Bob Skinner in sixth. Rob Pendleton firing back, getting back to seventh. Robert A. Moyers, like I was saying, it bounced back. Another great finish there for the man in eighth. James Hackworth Jr. right there in ninth. And Greg Holt rounds the top 10.
Yeah, Christopher Matthews in the 92 finishes 11th. Matt Cross finished 12th. Neil Odegaard in 13th. Dustin Josie in 14th. Gary Sheldon 15th. Nick Crawford in the 4. Had some bad luck there at the end. Said his shifter went in reverse at the end of the race, and so that messed him up. So he was in 16th, first car to be any laps down, 2 laps down. Mitchell Lucas in 17th, 2 laps down. John Jones 18th at 4 laps down. Rich Thorpe in 19th, and John Labamba finished 20th.
Well, right there, 21st, Tyler Conroy, had a little bit of trouble early on. Larry Reed in 22nd. Brandon Mullen got a hard wreck early on in 23rd. Tom Splain right there in 24th. Eugene Wilkerson in 25th. Jeff Gilmore 26th. And Billy Tungate right there rounds out the 27th. So, John, I tell you, this started off as a very slick, treacherous track. These guys were sliding, slipping everywhere, dirt tracking it, drifting it. Well, you name it, they were doing it. Had a lot of cautions here tonight, but we expected it, and the drivers did too. But these guys put on a show. They went out there, they battled door to door, wheel to wheel, putting everything they had here at Phoenix International Speedway in the desert. And at the end, Paul was able to put a heck of a dive move on the 13, get around him, and pull off the win tonight.
Yeah, it's a great job by him being his first race in here. It's tough when you first come in and get around a bunch of guys you've never raced with before. You don't know what to expect, but good run by him. Cedric did a great job there in that 13 to maintain third position, with that spin there. But all in all, I mean, it's a great race in the top 10, top 12 spots. The guys did a fantastic job. So it's a tough track. Everybody knew it. We knew it going in. We talked about it before. So a little more caution than like to see, obviously, but great show, good racing there at the end, especially.
No doubt. Well, on that note, folks, I want to appreciate all the viewers hanging around to the end here and watching this tremendous show here for the Racing Freaks, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience out here Phoenix International Speedway for the Monster Cup Racing Series. These guys every Saturday tune in here at OSR Network on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook at OSR Network, Twitter at OSR Network. Also, look up the website, online, simracingnetwork.com. It is live. Check us out there. And John, like I say, until next time, I'm going to tell all the fans out there, good night, and we appreciate each and every one of them.
Have you ever wanted to drive a real race car on a famous NASCAR track? The staff at Stock Car Racing Experience will suit you up, teach you what you need to know, and put you behind the wheel of a 160-mile-per-hour stock car on NASCAR's famous Pocono Raceway.
That was great. I enjoyed it. Unbelievable.
It's that unique, one-of-a-kind experience you'll never forget.
It was definitely worth it. The second time I did it, and I'm still shaking.
Call or register online at 877stockcar.com for a heart-pounding, once-in-a-lifetime experience. You won't forget it.